Hey everyone, and welcome to your August 3rd review for WWE Monday Night Raw. This is a very unique review for me because I actually attended the show in San Jose. So I got to listen to the whole crowd reactions for other fans and from other fans, and just to see how the product has changed since the last time I went to see it, which was the Raw after WrestleMania, and obviously I went to WrestleMania. The show kicked off with superstars, but pretty forgettable matches. Nothing spectacular. It was good to see Bo Dallas lose to Jack Swagger, and again, Jack Swagger had a fantastic crowd reaction when he was battling Rusev last year. It is unfortunate just how far his stock has fallen, considering that paired up with Zeb Coulter, he was phenomenal. So let's get off with the show. Let's go on with the show. The show starts off with the tribute to Roddy Piper video package, and they have all the wrestlers, Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon and Triple H are on stage. They do the 10-bell salute, and it was a very sad moment because Piper, in my opinion, was really phenomenal on the microphone. And he worked really well with everybody he had a chance to work with. It's a fortunate circumstances that he never was given the WWE title. But again, I don't know what kind of backstage politics it was back then. I don't know. I'm not anyone to judge what decisions are made, but it is unfortunate that a man of his credibility as far as person who can carry himself well as a performer, and just someone who was just phenomenal all around, even if he didn't have, he wasn't like a guy who would do monkey flips or anything phenomenal off the top rope, but he was really good, and he made you believe in the story that he was selling. So we will miss you, Roddy Piper, rest in peace. And it was a good little segment they had in the beginning with Roddy Piper, and I believe that was good, and the crowd chanted, "Thank you, Piper." I was part of that, and it was nice. It was a little sad, but it was nice. The show's promo goes through. Seth Rollins comes out to a really, really good positive reaction. It's a lot of people who are into Seth Rollins, and myself included. There was a guy sitting in the row in front of me wearing a John Cena shirt, but I believe he was wearing it because his son was probably a John Cena fan, and not him. He was chanting for Rollins too. I mean, profusely chanting for Rollins. Rollins cuts a really good promo wearing a shirt, anti-Cena shirt, which is definitely going to sell. I might actually buy it too. The shirt in the front said, "Never shuts up," and the back it said, "You can't see knee." They show footage. He brags about his experience breaking John Cena's nose and saying that he got caught temporarily protecting his loss a little bit, trying to make it seem okay because he showed sympathy for what happened with John, and he felt kind of bad that he got his nose broken. I really don't care about John Cena. And this Raw was really good because there was absolutely no John Cena. There was John Cena's broken nose, footage shown, but no John Cena, which is pretty damn cool. So Seth says, shows the footage. The crowd, and I'm glad they got this on camera, and I'm glad it was televised because a lot of stuff isn't televised in live shows, especially, obviously, Raw, because they have a lot of commercial breaks. So like I said, I'm glad I was there. I'm glad I was able to experience it. The crowd starts chanting, "Thank you, Rollins," and the guy in front of me wearing a John Cena shirt, again, probably because of his kid next to him, he started chanting, "Thank you, Rollins," too. Me too. So it was really interesting to see this fan base, especially this crowd, this San Jose crowd, really behind Seth Rollins. Thank you, Rollins. Thank you, Rollins. He issues an open challenge for the WWE World Heavyweight Championships, and he says, "The champ is here." Like John Cena says, of course he's mocking him. I never really cared for the John Cena. I don't care anything for John Cena, to be honest with you. I don't hate the guy, just think he's a sucky performer. I think he's a terrible wrestler. I think he's really good at marketing himself, but I think he's terrible, and I don't like him. And, well, It doesn't matter what I like. It's just what I'm saying. Um, so a commercial break hits. The lights go out, and during the commercial breaks, the lights are always dimmed out unless they're actually having a match. So JoJo's in the ring with the lights off, and then we're getting ready for an interview segment afterwards after he issues the open challenge. Jojo does a brief interview with him, and then he says that Authority gave him a chance to prick his challenger, and he says tonight the challenger cannot be no taller than 6 feet tall, and he couldn't weigh over 200 pounds. Jojo says, so that must be El Torito. And he said, you catch on quick. El Torito's music plays, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's a silly match, and obviously they're not behind Seth at all. So it's not a matter of do they believe in Seth Rollins. It's a matter of, he is a joke by John Cena's definition. We both know he's not. People who are behind Seth Rollins and people who believe in him as a performer know that he's not garbage. We know he's good. We know he's talented. And it's a shame that he can't do the curb stomp anymore. So, El Torito music plays for a second, then immediately it cuts off and Neville music hits, and the fireworks are pretty intense live. Oof. I was sitting in section 110. I was pretty far away, but still, oof, that thing was loud. But it was awesome. They had a fantastic match, and thank goodness I was there live because there were so many good spots during the commercial break. And again, usually they come back during a rest hold, and it was pretty close to that. Neville almost wins. He hits the red arrow. He gets the 1-2 and almost 3. But the way he was pinning him, he arched his lower body to where his leg was able to hook on the second rope. So it was only a 2 count. The crowd was really behind Neville, and they said, do it again, one more time, one more time. He goes for the red arrow again at the end of the match. Seth moves out of the way, hits the pedigree, gets the 1, 2, 3. Pretty good match, and a very good way to start Raw. But again, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion should be featured at the end of Raw, not the beginning. I was happy to be there, happy to support Seth. The guy in front of me, again, a Seth Rollins fan, obviously, because he had the John Cena shirt only for the kid. You're looking at one point during the match, Seth takes a break to the outside to catch a breather or whatever. He's like, hey, the champ needs a rest. The tank needs a little break, that's all. And it was really cool just to see people rooting for Seth Rollins. But it was a good match. It was phenomenal. Neville looked great. Seth looked awesome. There we go. Then, the worst part of the show, in my opinion, because the show was really good because there was no John Cena. But this was possibly the worst part of the show. There was another part of the show that wasn't good, but this is bad. PTP comes out for commentary. I don't know if it came out during the commercial break. I'm not sure. PTP comes out for commentary, and then it's New Day, Ascension versus Los Matadors and Lucha Dragons. The crowd was really behind the New Day. They were chanting New Day rocks. So that was weird because it's supposed to be heels. But again, it's cool. It's not a big deal. Maybe this is a heel town. It feels like it for the most part because, they're really against Cena, and they're really happy when they showed the footage of Cena's nose being broken. So, this match was a terrible, horrible match. I can only imagine how awful it must have been on commentary to hear them talk, because that was the same thing that happened last week and the week before that. And it just... So, the match, mercifully, didn't last too long, but it was still too long, in my opinion. Keep in mind, I'm not at home watching this. I'm there live. I'm happy to be there live, but not for this tag team match, because this match, the tag team division has now turned into the bathroom break. So, New Day wins. Fantastic. Big deal. Don't care. The next match, I believe after commercial break. Again, I'm only assuming because I'm not watching this at home. I'm watching this live. Charlotte and Becky Lynch versus the Bella Twins. Pretty good match. Fantastic match. Charlotte looks great live. Becky Lynch looks fantastic. The Bella Twins, I already seen them several times. They're beautiful young ladies. I really don't agree with Nikki altering her body the way that she did. But to each their own. I just think natural beauty comes from within. You don't have to alter yourself in any way. Working out is one thing, trying to get healthy is one thing, but to put something fake inside you because you feel self-conscious or something, it doesn't work for me. But again, I'm not one to judge. I'm just stating my opinion. I think both of them are pretty good athletes. Becky Lynch is fantastic. Charlotte is fantastic. Becky Lynch does a T-bone suplex on, I believe, Brie at one point in the match. So fantastic. She can wrestle. She can throw it down. Charlotte gets the win with the figure 8 on Nikki. Nikki taps out. Pretty surprised they let her win that way, but I'm very happy that we're looking at possible challenger for Nikki Bella's Divas Championship in the future. Then after that match, which was good, mind you, it was a good match, and I enjoyed it very much. They have a bad segment backstage with Team Bad with Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Tamina. And Naomi makes a comment about Ronda Rousey. She's so sick of people talking about her being a badass or whatever. We're bad or something. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. Yeah. So I don't think that they should even talk negative in any way, shape, or form about Ronda Rousey because of the fact that she paid respect after her win, 34-second win against that other chick. Other chick's not even worth mentioning because she lost. Ronda Rousey is a phenomenal athlete. She's a great female role model, and I think she's awesome. Period. I find her thrilling, and I find her journey, her struggles, it's just phenomenal. And I really enjoy watching her fight, and I think that a lot of people, including myself, wish they had the kind of drive and motivation that she did. Because she does. Sorry, not she did. She did for each fight, I should say. She's great, and that's all I can say. Next segment is Miz coming out. He's wearing a Hot Rod shirt, and he says, before I start off my show, I want to give credit and admiration to Piper's Pit, because if it wasn't for him, there would be no cutting edge highlight reel, and there would be no Miz TV. And he goes on and continues after, giving proper respect to Roddy Piper. And again, this is beautiful because it's true. Roddy Piper, phenomenal talker in the ring. Phenomenal. And great person telling a story. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's the truth. Roddy Piper is great. And Miz is just okay. I don't have anything against him. I just don't find him phenomenal. But he does well with what time he's given. And he did well, except for his WWE title reign, which kind of sucked. But that's because they had him booked as a really weak chicken shit champion. He introduced Kevin Owens. Pretty good positive crowd reaction for him. He looks really awesome live. He didn't wrestle, of course. And then Cesaro gets introduced. Great reaction for Cesaro. They talk back and forth about, well, I did more in the ring than you have. I did more than you. Cesaro was able to maintain a good promo. He doesn't mess up his promos because sometimes he has difficulty talking, but I guess because he's not used to talking so long, he's just only used to wrestling. They tease a fight. Kevin Owens pretty much, walks again away for a second. He comes back. He pushes Miz into Cesaro. He tries to give Cesaro the pop-up powerbomb. Cesaro is able to avoid it, tries to hit the Cesaro swing. Kevin Owens walks away. That's your segment. Unfortunately, Kevin Owens did not wrestle. I really wanted to see him wrestle, but it's okay. The segment was good. It was fine. Again, I'm very happy about the show, except for the tag team match between the tag teams in the WWE. Not the women's. The Divas matches were good. Next match we have, after a commercial break, is Rusev versus Mark Henry, and this match was awful. Terrible. I don't even remember any of it except for the end when Rusev gives a thrust kick to Mark Henry. I believe he hit him 3 times with it. I'm not sure. He hit him once with it. He got the pin. It was a really weak way. They couldn't have him pick him up. Nothing. There was no special moves. Nothing. Mark Henry had minimal to 0 offense, I believe. So it was almost a squash. I don't know if they're trying to make Rusev look impressive, but Rusev hasn't looked impressive since he lost twice to the vacuum that is John Cena, the momentum killer that is John Cena, the cancer of WWE that is John Cena. Again, I don't dislike John Cena. As a sports entertainer, as a wrestler, he sucks. And he doesn't put anybody over. However he's booked as being strong, and that's it. Look, John Cena, look strong, okay? Look like a superhero. Make sure you don't sell anything for anybody. Just look invincible. So, that being said, Rusev nails again Mark Henry with thrust kick after the match is over. I believe he hit him twice with it. I'm not sure. I don't care if Rusev looks strong. Rusev's garbage anyway. I've never liked him as a heel. I don't like him as a face. He's never been a face, but they ever went that route. I still wouldn't like him. But was I rooting for him tremendously against John Cena? You bet your ass I was. Because at WrestleMania, I was pissed that John Cena walked out with that U.S. Championship. I was really hoping that he wouldn't, but he did. Next match I have is Ryder versus Bad News Barrett. Sorry, King Barrett. I apologize. Oh, that match sucks too. Ryder got a pretty good crowd reaction. Barrett got okay crowd reaction, so it wasn't like, oh my gosh, fantastic. It was a short match. It's almost a squash. Ryder got some offense. He had some big boot in the corner. Whatever. Barrett wins with the bull hammer elbow thing. I don't care. I don't like the whole King Barrett angle. I prefer Bad News, but hey, at least I'm there live. And I met Ryder at Access for this year's WrestleMania that passed, and it was really good. And he was a really nice guy. It was cool. He shook my hand, and yeah, I was happy. Finally, Paul Heyman comes out to a fantastic crowd reaction. He was already in the ring when they came back from commercial break. I apologize. So, I don't, like, again, I'm only saying this because he starts cutting his promo and the lights come out. So, it was really good just to see him there. Paul Heyman is great at cutting a promo. He's great at making it seem like you want to believe in what he's talking about. And he introduces Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out. He takes the top of the ring, steps out, throws him in the middle of the ring, stands on top of him, and he just stands there, just looking like Brock Lesnar, looking fantastic. The WrestleMania moment that I saw, no, actually the Raw through WrestleMania moment that I experienced with Brock Lesnar was Brock Lesnar giving the F5 to Michael Cole, which was great. I have a video of that up on my YouTube page. You might want to check it out. It's not the best footage, but it's pretty cool, and it's great to see Michael Cole put down a little bit, because Michael Cole as an announcer sucks. He doesn't even get into it. He's just reading off stuff. He doesn't believe in what he's saying, and that's disappointing for an announcer. He's not like JR. JR really believed in what he's saying. He seems like he had a love for the business. I don't think Michael Cole, in my opinion, loves the business. He's just a mouthpiece, and he sucks. And Brock Lesnar, like I said, stands in the ring, looks fantastic. Paul Heyman gives Undertaker last rites in Latin. I found it later on when I read online, and other reports that it was Latin. I kind of figured it was, but I didn't know he was giving him last rites. I was just sitting there hoping that Brock Lesnar would do something besides stand in the ring. But it still was good to see him. It was good to see Paul Heyman too. And after this segment, a non-televised segment, and I believe it was before this segment, after this segment, they brought the kid out who was relapsing, had 4 relapses, but is now recovering from a rare form of cancer, and his name is Elijah. Drax Shadow is his WWE name because they signed it for a contract, so Authority comes out. So I'm disappointed that this wasn't televised, because this kid is pretty awesome. And I say this only because it's really good to put forth energy and effort into, trying to get better, especially if you have an illness. But this kid just seems so good about himself and so positive, even though he went through so much. So it's hard to not love this moment. I'm just disappointed it wasn't televised, and I guess the only reason it wasn't televised is because the kid wanted Stardust to be there with him, because Stardust and Undertaker are his 2 favorite wrestlers. Again, I believe the only reason why they didn't televise this was because John Cena is the only one that can be shown in a positive light. John Cena is the only one that can make a wish. John Cena in the media's eyes, in the WWE narrative, is only one that can have the Make-A-Wish segments shown on TV. If you recall, before one of their matches between Kevin Owens and John Cena at the pay-per-views, John Cena pulled a kid out from the crowd with a sign saying, "I'm beating cancer, I never give up," and he brought the kid out, and he pointed out and made an example of the kid, using the kid as part of his promo, using the kid as part of, like, a way to build up his character to be more larger than life. So it was really fantastic for the WWE to give this kid, Elijah, and the crowd was really into the kid, and they were chanting Elijah. Triple H was nice, Stephanie was nice. And Stardust was great. The kid was having a blast with Stardust. But again, why this wasn't televised is beyond me. During this segment, it wasn't televised. They just re-showed the Roddy Piper tribute again, the really short tribute. And that's fine. I understand the premise, but I don't think that they would have had a negative backlash to be shown a heel wrestler making some kid's wish come true and being happy and giving a temporary contract to be a WWE superstar because his name is Drax Shadow. But again, I don't personally understand why this happened or why it wasn't shown, but it doesn't really break whatever storyline you have. Stardust doesn't have a feud with anybody. He's going to be facing Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell at SummerSlam, more than likely, probably in a handicap match with Neville. I don't know. But it just, to me, there was no reason not to air this. It's not a bad thing. It's okay for you to say that people like heels. Stardust is a heel wrestler, but I don't understand why it wasn't aired. I was very happy for the kid, and I chanted Elijah, and it was a really good moment. So again, this Raw was pretty good, except for the WWE, the male tag team matches, just garbage. It just slapping things together, and I appreciate the athletes for what they do, and it's really nice seeing them live. It really is, but I just don't need to see all the tag teams meshed in together like it's underthought. It's a back thought in your head. New bathroom break. So I don't know. Anyway, so the final match of the night, which obviously was altered because John Cena broke a nose and couldn't be there. And yay, John Cena's not there, but we got Roman Reigns. Crowd reaction. Randy Orton got phenomenal crowd reaction. Obviously, they were introduced. Randy Orton got a really good crowd reaction. Dean Ambrose, he got some massive pop. Then, because he can't get his own music and because they don't believe in him as a solo wrestler, Roman Reigns comes out. Dean Ambrose got a much more positive crowd reaction because I was there. Crowd's crazy for Dean Ambrose. Crowd loves him as a face. So please, WWE, do not turn him heel. Please. Do not turn him heel to try to get Roman Reigns over as a bigger face. It's not going to happen. Dean Ambrose is really over. Roman Reigns is not. Then we have Sheamus coming out. Pretty awesome to see his new introduction on Raw because I only saw his face entrance music the night after WrestleMania. So I liked it, and I like heel Sheamus, even though I don't like that he contributed to Daniel Bryan not being a wrestler anymore currently. And I'm listening to the Yes Book, and it's pretty good stuff. I like it. Then the Wyatt family comes out, and it's alright. I've already seen that. I've already been there live before for Wyatt. It's not that impressive to me. Match kind of sucked a little bit. Dean Ambrose, the moments that Dean Ambrose was in the match was pretty good, and I liked it. And Randy Orton's awesome too. He knows how to work a crowd. Roman Reigns sucks. Roman Reigns is awful. Roman Reigns should be a heel. That'll help him transition better as a face. His moves suck. He's worse than John Cena. This is not a bad part of the night, so I didn't like that. Match ends with Sheamus getting pinned after a weak Roman Reigns spear. They celebrate at the end. Raw goes off the air. Dean Ambrose was wearing his Hot Rod shirt during the match, so that's good. And Dean Ambrose is the only one that actually cut a good promo saying, "I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of bubblegum. But he said it the wrong way. He says, I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass and I'm all out of bubblegum. So he spit the bubblegum out. This was before their match, before the main event. So Dean Ambrose posted at the end, and the crowd's just going crazy. He's without a shirt, and I got some pictures and video of that too. So that was pretty exciting. Dean Ambrose is a pretty awesome guy. I like him, and I wish I had the opportunity to meet him, but I did not. I wasn't able to get the VIP tickets for WrestleMania, so that was disappointing. Overall, I give this Raw a 4 out of 5. The reason it doesn't get a full 5 stars is because Roman Reigns was in it. Otherwise, it get a full 5 stars. It was awesome to be there live. Awesome to see Dean Ambrose get that super ass, hardcore positive crowd reaction. Massive pop. Roman Reigns is not as over as Dean Ambrose is. He will never be as over as Dean Ambrose is. So we'll see what happens. At SummerSlam, it looks likely that's going to be title for title with Seth facing John Cena. They're going to have to end it with a DQ finish or double counter or something because they cannot get the strap off of Seth Rollins. They cannot let John Cena have another WWE World title run. Please, that just would be so disappointing. I thank all of you for watching this video. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you thought of the show. I'll be uploading videos of the Raw. And thank you so much for everything. And sorry for making this so long. It was just a really exciting show, and I'm really glad I was there. Dean Ambrose, awesome. Seth Rollins t-shirt. Oh my gosh, if it was there, I would have bought it. I don't think it was there. I was in the concession line for a little bit. I don't really buy merchandise, so. But, wow, the money they make off those merchandise sales. Whew. Would it be nice if they had a belief in another number 2 guy and not just focus their attention on John Cena? Imagine their t-shirt sales. They need to think bigger. John Cena cannot be your only option. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.